we are here with Sherry. Sherry, it's such a pleasure to having you with us today. We are PET Agro Registro. It's a group from here at the university. We have some projects with research, extension, with people of the community. So we got this program. It's about PODPet podcast. And you are our interviewee today. So we're so glad to having you here. Be welcome to, be fine, relax. It's a conversation. It's not an interview like, oh, do you do this or you know, okay? Just be fine. So he's my friend Guilherme from PET Agro Registro too. He's gonna help me with this interview today. And let's start. Okay.
So we can do the questions or?
Yeah. Do you want to say something? Do you want to present yourself?
I'm Sherry.
Okay.
I'm here for internship, of course. I think everyone knows that. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure also for me to be here, and it's my first experience, I guess. I've never been interviewed before, so I'm kind of nervous.
Oh, it's normal.
But, yeah, I guess we can start.
Okay, we can go
We
to.
really appreciate this.
So we're gonna do some questions for you, okay?
So why did you come to Brazil?
Okay, so Brazil is actually the most interesting country for me in South America. So I always wanted to come here. That's why when I had the opportunity to pick this country, of course, I would go for Brazil. So I just had to. It was the best option for me.
It's just happening, or you just are thinking this in a long time and, just
So
looking?
this internship was not planned at all. It was like, it just happened,
Just happened.
I always wanted to go abroad, of course, but it never really worked out for me, even during the pandemic. And it happened by accident, actually. So through another friend, she just forwarded me an email which had a list of different internship positions. And they said, like, you have a high opportunity to get approved for this internship. Like, yeah, that's cool. Why we're not trying? And so I picked Brazil, and I applied for it, and it worked out for me. So
You're happy to be here?
of
You
course,
like it?
I mean, it's a once in a lifetime experience for me. So why would I not come? And I had the time, I had the opportunity before I graduated from school in Germany. So I'm happy to be here.
Oh, it's good to listen to this. We are so happy to having you here too. You are a good person. I'm just happy to talk with you, to have this interview.
Thank you. I feel the same way.
So the second question we want to do for you is, what are the difference between Brazil and Germany culture that you look and say, oh my God, what is this? What people here do this?
There are a few differences, actually. First of all, it's of course the language. So the primary language in Germany is
really
German.
different.
Official here is Portuguese. Another thing is that Germans tend to be more reversed and kind of informal, like formal in their social interactions, whereas the Brazilians are more informal and warm. They're known for their warmth.
We like
and
to hug
open-hearted people. Yes,
Yeah.
that's a huge difference. The Germans also they value their privacy, their space, and also keep to have this comfortable distance in their conversation, where the Brazilians like this physical contact and more open.
We are so warmy, and people say that European people are more cold, and not a bad way, but
Absolutely.
like
There's a
you
huge
say,
difference.
like a space.
Yes.
Yeah.
They might look more superficial in the conversations. They don't really open up that fast, and here it's like a family. I even told the girls in the dorm in the Republica that I didn't really feel like coming from a different country, because they were just welcoming me in their group, and I felt like in their family right away.
Yeah,
So
you make part of the family.
Yeah, right away. A huge difference is also that Germans are very punctual, so they need to be on time.
That's a good
So they
point.
have their limited on their time. Their time is so precious, and from what I've seen, the Brazilians are more relaxed and about their times.
We're just like, oh, you can't go today, no problem. We'll
Yeah,
see
no,
this
we just-
tomorrow.
we
Just
just
5
go.
minutes. 10
Let's
minutes.
remark.
It's not 5 minutes, 30 minutes sometimes.
30
like,
minutes.
Literally 30
Yeah.
minutes. But that's okay. I mean, there's no pressure, you know. You love enjoying things more than Germans, I would say. Another thing is also that they really have a strong work ethic and very, how to say,
Workaholic.
Yeah, it's very structured what they have. And here, they have a more relaxed approach to work in Brazil. So that's a huge difference, I would say.
Oh,
So-
we have a lot of vacations too. I
Mhm.
don't know if you see this.
Yeah.
And I see that in other countries, people like, oh my God, it's like 2 or 3 vacations on a year, and you guys have 15, 10, like in some states, of vacations around the year.
Yeah, it depends on the year. Sometimes the holidays just come to a weekend, so you
Yeah.
cannot really, it's not beneficial for you. You cannot really use these days for you. But here, I was so surprised when 2 weeks ago, I guess, there was a holiday on a Thursday,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, we were off for a whole week, and I was so surprised. That's how it works in Brazil.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
We just get one day and transform in 1 week, 1 month if we can. So
Yeah.
it's just like this here in
Yes.
Brazil.
Yeah, it's so cool. And I was also very surprised about when I met the professors here.
Yeah.
They came and gave me a hug. So I'm
Oh.
so not used to this in Germany. Like you're very, like you have a distance to
Yeah.
the teachers and sometimes they don't even know you on here. I think it's because also there's a small campus here.
Yeah.
So everyone knows each other. They are familiar with the
With your
appearance of
face,
people.
they know your face, they know your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like sending you like kisses and saying
Yeah.
bye. That's so cute. So you instantly feel comfortable with the people.
Yeah, it's a character graph right here, Registro, because like you said, it's a little campus. In another campus like Botucatu, Araraquara, they are huge campus, so people don't know each other like this. But I love this here in Registro. I agree with you
Yeah,
about
it's
this.
really lovely.
Yeah, it's lovely. Oh, we can talk about the 3 questions.
How is your hometown in Germany?
It's actually very similar to Registro. It's
Yeah.
very small. Yeah, you can really compare the population. So I think it's like even smaller than Registro, I guess. So yeah, but it offers a lot. Of course, it's lovely. It's nice. It's perfect for having families and kids to raise the kids.
It's a
Yeah,
safe
but-
place.
Absolutely. But
Absolutely.
in general, Germany, I would say,
Yeah.
is very safe. But it's not the best for teenagers, I guess. Like for young people, it doesn't offer too much. So if
Have
you apply
fun.
for jobs or something, you have to go to the next bigger
Okay.
city because it offers more job-wise. And also, it's better for you when you are socially active. It's better for you to go to a bigger city because I'm bored, you know, in my little city.
Yeah, we be bored.
Yeah, so when I graduated from high school, I preferred like moving out to a bigger city. Even though I could go to the college in my hometown, I preferred to go to another city because I had more options, you know,
More
even
options, more people.
yeah,
more
even if I want to go
interactions.
shopping,
Yeah,
it's
go
better for you to
shopping.
have more
Yeah.
options.
Go watch some movies. And
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
it exactly the same happens here in Vale de Ribeira. People stay here and study here all the time on college and graduate like we are doing right here, and go to São Paulo, go to Rio de Janeiro, go to another places that are bigger and have more social interactions and more opportunities in general, you know?
Yeah.
So it's exactly the same way right here. And what's the name of your city in Germany?
I'm back.
Ambeck.
I'm back.
Ambeck. Oh, I never listened before. It's good.
Yeah,
It's good.
it's different, right?
It's different, yeah. And the weather, how was for you come here to Brazil and see like a day that was today raining and it's hot, it's cold, it's all in the same time. It's raining a lot right here. I don't know if you see this.
Yeah.
In Germany it's the same, I think so.
So there are times that you don't really see the sun. It's really
Oh.
dark and gloomy as here in
As
Registro.
here?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very rainy. The difference is just that it's warmer here. So you can still be in shorts and t-shirts while it's dark outside. You don't have that in Germany. Like even now the weather is completely the opposite. Like we have winter now, or it's about to start winter, and now it's spring. So it's the first time for me to experience spring twice in a year, which is different. But the weather is very similar. Of course, like when the sun comes out here, it's burning.
No,
It's really hot.
It's really hot.
It's very humid. But
Yeah.
Germany is humid as well because we have a lot of forests around. It's so green, but especially in Bavaria.
I don't know this. It's good to know.
Yeah, you can see a lot of, I call them broccolis everywhere.
Oh,
It looks like that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's very green.
And right here, you in your state here in Brazil, you travel to other places, right? I see your Instagram. I'm so sorry, I'm a little stalker.
Yeah, I'm trying.
And what do you think about other places in Brazil? Do you like it? It's so different.
It's different, yes.
It's different.
Especially for me, I love the ocean. So you are blessed with this thing. For me, I have to fly to a different city, to a different country even to see the ocean, you know. So you just, okay, for you the distances is like kind of ridiculous here.
Yeah.
You have to
Yeah.
go like hours sometimes even. It was interesting for me when I wanted to go to Salvador first.
Oh,
And everyone told me
beautiful
you can take the bus here, so I was looking up how long it would take me to take the bus. It literally said 2 days.
yeah, 2 days.
I'm not going 2
It's
days.
just
But it's still 2 hours, and you can just be in the same country and have a completely different culture, completely different climate. That's like amazing. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah. And you go to Rio de Janeiro too,
Mhm.
right? And what do you think about Rio? I love
It's
Rio.
so different. You cannot even compare it to Sao Paulo. You cannot compare it to
Yeah.
Salvador. It's also a different culture, but it's more touristy, of course. Like I was more in the touristy place. It's amazing. I mean, I loved it. I would go again if I could.
Oh, it's just good that you are having this experience to know other places, jumping just like right here. Because like we are talking, Registro is different of everything. And Brazil, we got a lot of cultures and we got a lot of ways of living life. And I got a friend in USA, she's doing internship right there. And she talked to me that people look to her and say, oh, you look like Indian. Oh, you look like some places. And I think this is funny because Brazilians, we don't got faces. I don't know if you see this.
Yeah.
You can see a Japanese that are Brazilian. You can see an Indian that are Brazilian. We are so mystery. And this is about our culture too. We got a warm place. We hug a lot of people that come out of other countries because we got a mix of all the cultures in the same country, and I love this too.
That's true. Even like I'm looking up some people's faces, and I'm like, you don't really look Brazilian.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, I am.
Brazilians don't have faces.
They have different roots. That's
Yeah.
the thing. But fun fact, I even met a person in my hostel in Rio, and he was Japanese, and he would call himself, I'm a Brazilian.
I'm a
I
Brazilian.
started telling about, hey, we have a lot of Japanese food, and started talking about things. He was like, I don't know about these things. I'm Brazilian. I'm like,
Oh my God,
I get it.
I'm
but
so
we don't-
ashamed.
Yeah, that's fun.
No,
But
it's
funny.
really nice.
It's funny.
Yeah.
No, we don't have that here.
Yeah.
Actually, the accent in the language is different.
Yeah,
It's
so
place.
different.
Yeah.
Like in Rio de Janeiro, I think that you listen some things like the karaoke style.
Karaoke style, yeah, like they just, how I can say it, it's just real.
Yeah.
The
It's,
whistle,
yeah.
it's a whistle in the way of talking.
It's very different. They have
It's
a
very different, yeah.
I would say, like, for me, it sounds even more like Spanish compared to the South. It sounds a mix
Maybe.
of,
Yeah.
I don't know, for me it sounds like Russian sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
really,
so
like
different.
mix of French, Russian, Spanish.
They speak so fast, I think that
Faster
is,
than you
yeah,
guys, yeah.
that's faster than us.
Yeah.
And São Paulo is the same way, but we got some, you know, like some
Oh.
magias,
Language,
some language devices, you know, like
Okay.
we talk like mano, meu, like this, beleza, and other places don't get this. It's just São Paulo thing, you know.
Okay, I will pay attention because I'm gonna go to São Paulo this weekend.
Oh,
I haven't been to São Paulo, but I have only been to the bus station, so I cannot really tell how people are speaking there. But since this
pay attention to this, you will see it. It's so different. But São Paulo, it's like this, mano, meu. And in other places in Brazil, you go, and we think that in São Paulo we don't have accent. Oh, I'm from São Paulo, I don't have accent. Okay. So you go to Rio de Janeiro, go to Salvador, and you talk with people, and they say, oh, you're from São Paulo, right? They know you have accent, and for us, we don't have it. So it's so, you know, it's funny this way.
So for you guys, it's more obvious when someone's coming from the north. You can tell.
Yeah. For north, from the south too. The south have a huge accent. You know, like it's very different. You can go to the first question. Did you pass some problems here in Brazil? And here in Brazil we have a word for this. It's like perrengues. Perrengues is problems that being funny things in the end, and when everything is right, absolutely. Because when you're passing, it's not funny. I think so. So, what problem you pass here in Brazil that you go, oh my God, what I'm doing here? I want to go home.
Guess what? It's the language. I don't speak Portuguese at all. And sometimes like I'm just using the phone trying to like desperately translate by using Google Translate, which sometimes it's just saying something.
Yeah.
It doesn't even say what I'm trying to, say to that person. Or I'm just repeating the things what people say. Like, where was it? In Salvador, my last day, and I was about to leave the hotel. Yeah. And the woman was telling me bon voyage, and I was just repeating, and she was just saying like have a nice trip, and I said the same thing to her, and then I googled it. I'm like, well, why would I say that? It was kind of embarrassing for me,
Yeah, no, it's normal.
You would have like really some quiet moments with people,
No.
but I don't know what to say. They like try to say something. I don't speak Portuguese. They don't speak English.
Yeah.
So we're like awkward looking.
I'm
at each
fine.
other,
I'm
like,
looking at you. You look at me.
and now you start like with your body language trying to say something.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's very frustrating, and
but it's part of
it is.
internship.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a huge challenge for me.
Yeah, this is good.
And I like challenges. So.
Oh, so you're liking this?
Yeah.
And have some other problem that you passed and you say, oh my God, why they do this here in Brazil? Why is this way so different?
Also a thing, like people strongly advised against traveling by myself, like solo traveling. And I'm not used to that because in Germany, like I'm used to walking by myself. I can just go whenever I want. Like I was even like, walking by myself at 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, like for 30 minutes towards my home. And here I cannot do that. Wherever I want to go, the first question is, who's going with you? Are you going to meet someone there?
You'll like, be afraid.
Like who am I supposed to find? Like, I can't just find people, and that's a hard thing because sometimes you just feel limited and kind of, how to say?
Be afraid of violence or something this way.
Everyone is warning you, don't use your cell phone, put off your necklace and whatever, like the safety problems,
If you go to São Paulo, I say to you, don't use your phone in the street.
Even the locals warn me, which is actually nice. They're like really supportive and helpful, but it feels me more uncomfortable. Yeah. And I'm a confident person normally, but I have this mindset like as soon as I get off this bus, someone is waiting right in the corner for me.
With my cell phone.
And then, just drop me, that's like the impression I have, but it's not like that. And I'm even saying, why do you keep saying Brazil is so unsafe? It's luckily nothing happened, but it doesn't feel so unsafe anymore. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it's a unsafe country compared to Europe and USA, but we don't have these problems so big like people talk as like if you don't be safe, if you don't get some restrictions, it can happen, so sorry, but don't happen a lot like people say after this. I think they got a question to how Brazil is a violent place. It's we got some problems with security, like other countries don't have, but it's not like a big thing, like, okay, so it happens, isolated cases, you know, like, so
Yeah.
we just be afraid about this because everybody here got a friend that has the cell phone stole. So yeah, we be afraid about this, you know, not just like you happen with you. No, don't happen. I really hope. I really hope for this.
Yeah.
But can happen. So people be like, oh, I don't want this happening to me, so I'm gonna be afraid.
I mean, it's always better to be cautious and be
Yeah.
prepared of things.
Exactly.
And it's like common sense. If you just go to a foreign country which you don't know, don't go out by yourself in the middle of the night, you know.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
I'm doing.
Be with a friend, or we got this bad thing now, being with a man you don't prefer because people being intimidated.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
a match. It's a good. It's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. It's the difference between the cultures.
Yeah. Of course, like in Europe, you have also like some countries which are like more dangerous compared to Germany. But it can happen everywhere, you know.
Exactly.
Like, you cannot say 100% you're safe here. It's not.
No, no.
Whoever would tell it, they would be lying. So it's not.
There are a lot of people that go to Italian and
Yes.
at least over there it pickpockets that the people tell.
And Italy is not
Yeah.
the safest place. You
Yeah.
know?
So
Even in Barcelona, it happens like I've heard so many stories about I got robbed, I don't have my phone and my wallet, it was not it when I came back, whatever, just like weird stories, so it can happen anywhere.
in Paris, people tell you that it's a dangerous place.
It's like crowded places, you
It's
know,
all the
people are trying to
places,
sell something, they're just
exactly.
coming to you when you're sitting in a cafe or a restaurant, they just say something and then put their document, something on your phone, and then when they
Yeah.
leave, they just take the whole thing with them, so it just happens, you have to be cautious everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I think so.
So, why did you come to Registro?
Why Registro? In a lot of cities that we got here, why
São
Registro?
Paulo,
I received this question so
what?
often. The thing is, I didn't pick Registro specifically. Registro. It just comes along with
Registro speaks you.
No, it's just like I told you, like there was Brazil specifically, and the city just comes along with the country. So I didn't really pick Registro specifically. It was just, you know, for me, I was like, okay, I'm going to Brazil. The rest is just not that
Yeah.
important for me. So I didn't really look up where exactly I'm going. It was kind of like a surprise for me. So it was not something I chose purposely.
Okay. And when you arrived here, what was your first impression? You like, this is different of the Brazil I see in the pictures, or it's like, oh, I've been waiting for this some way.
So for me, it was like, oh, this is a really small city. You know, it's very, very different. The way the city is also set up and structured is also different. But then the more I get used to it, the more I see, okay, it's actually, it offers more than it seems to be in the first place. And since I know it's also closer to the coast, to the beach, I'm very happy about that since I don't have that in Germany. So that was really positive about this place. And I was also surprised because people told me like this is like one of the poorest cities I think in the state of Sao Paulo, which I can tell sometimes, and sometimes like this looks very normal. So it's a very mixed, and there's a nice balance of both things. Sometimes I'm really confused because all of a sudden I see some horses on the streets. You know?
Yeah.
And then the next corner I see a Jeep, you know, a nice car.
Exactly.
So I'm really torn about what to think about this. Like I don't really have
It's a poor or is a rich place?
Yeah, like when my parents are asking me like, how's the city? I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea what the city is. Like literally I have no idea. I'm really still confused. And
we don't have it here too. It's like, it's really different. But here in Registro, it's like a capital of Vale Ribeira. If you go to another cities, you will see that people are more poor, you know, you see poor. But right here it's like BMW and just like this, it's different.
you have both. Like
Yeah,
both
we have
sides.
both of the two words,
Mhm.
like Hannah Montana thing. Have the two words are the same.
Yeah.
It's like Registro.
But do you guys have a movie theater here? I don't know if you know about that. A cinema?
No.
No,
No,
we
right?
don't have this.
Okay.
It's really sad. It's the thing of being small city,
Okay.
If you-
Not that I want to go. I'm just curious. About it.
Oh, but you go to São Paulo. São Paulo have a lot of cinemas, so you can go and go to the shopping. Here we don't have shopping too,
Yeah, I realize
so
that.
it's bad, but it's good in the same way. I don't know what to say. I like this. I like this as a small place, and people are more calm. It's a calm way. If you go to São Paulo, it's like, oh my God, pressure, work.
Chaos, yeah.
Yeah, I need to work, I need to run, everybody's upset, it's screaming in the streets, and right here we don't have this. So it's
But I
like
kind of disagree. I wouldn't say it's calm here. It's
you
not
would
quiet.
say,
No.
Yeah.
I hear so many dogs barking
Ah,
in
yeah.
the mornings. Like I hear.
In
so
Germany,
many-
you guys don't have this dogs barking all the time, and
Like no.
no.
We don't have that. Like it's very quiet. Germany is so quiet. Like ridiculously quiet. Sometimes it gets really boring about that. Even like. Maybe it's also because we leave like the door is open of the house,
Oh, yeah.
we don't have that, so you have your main door is always closed in Germany. So when the motorcycle passing by, it's so loud, it's echoing, that's the thing. Yes, sometimes I'm missing that because I'm not used to it, and also like living with like a lot of
A
girls.
lot of
in
girls
one
talking.
home. That's also a big challenge for me,
Yeah,
but it's nice.
it's nice. Like you say, it's a family, so.
It is.
you
Like
feel-
I'm really honored to live in this
Oh.
stuff.
Oh, it's so cute. It's
Yeah, I'm really
bonitinho.
happy. Yeah, really. It is. Very thankful for that.
No, it's good to listen to this, that you are feeling welcome.
Absolutely. Yes, yes.
And we'd like to know too, Cherry, what is your work in your course? We know that you got graduate in Germany. So what do you work in your graduation in Germany? It's different what you are doing here?
Yes. So here you guys are working more in agronomy and agriculture.
Yeah.
I have nothing to do with that field. So yeah, so everything is new to me basically. And my major is in biotechnology and process engineering. Even biotechnology is new to me because I did my bachelor's in process engineering. So I'm constantly learning like new things and trying to figure out what actually I'm doing, because I try to find like some working experience to see like what am I going to do with this,
Yeah.
because everything in theory just sounds different for you. Although you have some practical courses in college, it's still not the same like in reality. So it's completely different in what I'm doing here.
We see things more applied to agronomic engineering, and you
Yeah.
guys see more engineering, biotechnology in general.
Yeah. Even I think the understanding in biotechnology is also different here, because sometimes I receive some questions. Are you familiar with this? Are you familiar with that? And I keep saying no. Like, then don't say that you're studying biotechnology. I'm like, I don't know. Like, we are doing something else apparently than what you guys are used to. Like, I don't know how to compare the degrees here in Brazil and Germany. Apparently, it's different.
It's different. It's really different. And you work in laboratory, or you work with what in biotechnology in Germany?
Like both. I have lab courses as well, but it's not as much as what you guys are doing here, I guess. So we have like also more projects where you just do some research and
Yeah.
find a method for issue or something. When you have a pharmaceutical issue, for example, they want you to develop a vaccine for this and that, and you try to find like which bacteria strain you need, which devices you need, how to grow the certain things. That's like how you do it. Or you just find different topics about biotechnology and then have a basic idea about those things. So
Yeah.
people just present some, like have some presentations about things, so you can have a basic idea about what you can do.
Yeah.
But it's not that practical. So I think in the end, like when you really graduate and start working, then you can have a better idea about what exactly you can do. Because here I also see students are starting specifying themselves in like very early.
Yeah.
Like you have so many different options in the college, whereas in Germany everything is very structured. You have a a certain guideline and also like how to say,
A chronogram of.
yeah, so you don't have too many options. I can choose this, I can do that, I can gain some extra credits here and there. We don't have that, so it's really structured.
In the graduation, you guys don't have research groups or something like this?
I mean, we have some things. You have like projects. You do a lot of research and also like your final thesis, the master thesis or bachelor thesis. It's like something you have to work on your own for a specific amount of time, like 6 months. You know, you're obligated to do it on your own. Of course, you have a supervisor that can guide you.
Okay.
But you have to do it on your own. So you have to do the research. You have to read the articles and the literature. And have to get an idea about what am I going to do, how to set up this experiment, if you're doing something practical.
A self-study,
Yeah.
just you and yourself
Yeah,
doing
and
all the things.
Yeah, and I personally experienced it because my supervisor, he left Germany, he was from Nigeria, and all of a sudden he was gone. And I was like, what am I supposed to do now? Do I have someone else who's going to help me? And then people just said, no, it's your own work, so you're responsible for your own work. So whenever you have struggles, just figure it out,
Okay.
find a way, find a solution. And I was like, okay, that's cool. But it's also very challenging, time consuming, because all of a sudden you don't have anyone. So you don't know if the things you're doing it right. Like you have to be like, okay, this is my own decision. This is like how I think. It's like, for me, this is the right way, so I'm going to write my thesis in this order, in this way.
But it's challenging, like you're saying.
It is challenging, yeah.
And you got a note of this?
You mean grades?
Yeah. Or
Yeah, you get grades for that.
You get
yeah.
grades for this. And how is this to you? Like in Germany, you guys have grades for this jobbing or just for the classes that you guys have?
It depends. Sometimes you just have to pass the class. You don't you just have to hold the presentation and you're good. Sometimes you have to write a protocol about the project and present it. Sometimes you have tests. You have to pass the tests. But in masters, it's I would say 90% is even oral. So you have to speak in front of the chair and in front of it's like a discussion, you have to, explain. They give you a problem and you have to explain like why you think that way.
And you do this before or not?
No, like I haven't had this in my bachelor's before.
Okay.
There's only one class and I hated it. Because they can just ask you anything, You will never know what kind of question they're going to ask you. So it's kind of, you have to know about everything.
You'd be afraid, you'd be,
Absolutely.
tension.
And in masters, like, of course, sometimes they really help you. Like, are you sure about your answer? They try to, like, redirect you in a different thing, which is also really challenging. But then you get more comfortable about what you say, and then, because sometimes people are trying to intimidate you what they say to you.
Yeah.
And like, no, I'm pretty sure.
Like I'm testing you. You really know this. Let me see.
Because like they say, you are doing your master's right now, so you have to be aware of what you say. You have to be sure and confident in what you say.
Yeah.
Don't let people get you down or like confuse you with what they say.
You are a professional about this thing.
Because they kind of look at you as a potential PhD student.
Yeah.
So do you have the quality, the capacity to become the next PhD students for this chair?
Exactly.
Because then you have to be on your own and like be independent. You have to work independently, and that's how they look at you.
It's challenging, but it's a good thing in the end if we say that.
It is, but sometimes you are like, it doesn't have to be that way because it's too strict sometimes. because sometimes you really want to enjoy
Yeah.
and just pass the test, you know, that's it. But yeah, they have high expectations, high standards.
It's difficult to
Yes.
prove this.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So
you want to say?
Or sorry.
Yes, the 8.
Wait. What would you say to Sari in the beginning of the graduation if you could?
I would definitely say, don't be focused on the outcome, try to enjoy the journey, because sometimes you're just so focused on what's gonna happen next, I have to do this, I wanna graduate, I wanna have, like you're just living in the future and just forget about what's happening now. So I would say just try to enjoy more the moment and be more in the now, in this present time.
It's good.
Because you would just miss on some great moments while you were just thinking about the future, you know.
Yeah.
Because being a student actually could be a very nice time, but if you're just so stressing out and you're like, I have to be good, I have to do that, I have like high expectations. Yeah, like it's don't take everything so serious, just enjoy the moment, the journey. Because the journey, just that the path you're getting somewhere teaches you a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, yes, you can have some great experiences in this path, but if you're kind of blind if you're just focused on the outcome, and that's a waste of time, I would say.
And you're being sad, dismotivated, and just like, oh, why am I doing this? And when you have fun, I think it's really great you say this, because in university we got to focus on, I need to be good, I need to be the best, I need to support my middle. And when we say this, we just think that I need to, get some beer with my friends sometimes. I need to get out. I need to relax. It's not just the course, the colleges.
It's more than that.
It's more, yeah.
Yes.
It's what I'm taking to register to what place I go, and the memories that I take in here. I think it's really good. You're really right.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad when you look back and then you say, what did I do the past year? Because you're spending years in college, you were like putting so much effort.
Just like 5
and
years.
You say, okay, I've been just studying and neglecting myself and my personal needs. That is, it doesn't supposed to be like, because you cannot even good in something when you're only focused on your studies, it's not gonna bring you anywhere. You cannot be that good or as good as you were expecting it to be. So I would say just enjoy.
And you need something more. Something more is like being yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's the best.
Life is more than just
exactly. And when we think this, we open your heads.
Yeah.
And be so, focused.
Yeah. But it's more about the social pressure, I would say. Because you need to be done by this age. You need to have great grades and have so many experience here and that, so you kind of feel this pressure inside of you. And once you get older, you just look back like, oh, I should be doing it differently.
Go back, yeah. In Germany, you guys have the same problems and this expect, or it's different? People have fun more than us.
It depends. I would say the technical degrees, like the technical colleges and faculties, they're more stressed out. When I look at the people that studies whatever business administration, they have such an amazing life. Like literally, they have so much time. Because when I remember in my bachelor's, when I had my summer break, all my exams started. So I never had a real break, So I had only one weekend and the new semester would start. And I had no time to refresh, to calm down, and then to recover from this stress time. And I had to go for the next run, and all of a sudden you feel like
your energy goes
it just goes
so
down. Yeah, you don't have really motivation to do something. You feel like you're kind of empty. You cannot pour or give from an empty cup. You have to refresh yourself and recharge, and have to see the good part of the things. And sometimes it's really hard because they were really strict on us. We literally had our 90% of the students would fail the tests, and it happened so many times. And then people are just asking, so what have you been doing? Are you been studying, or what have you been doing?
This is gonna happen with you too. Always like
yeah, absolutely. like it's very strict, and they expect you to have like some work experience and do a lot of internships, working as a trainee, and then speak like languages. They don't really teach us English also in college. They expect that from you. They know, of course, that person can speak. So all of a sudden you have to start reading some English
Like
articles.
you need to
know?
do this. You don't have a classes for
It's
English.
required, yeah.
Really?
They don't really teach you that. So
Oh,
they.
I don't know this.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
so different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, of course they teach us English in school, you know, you start learning English from, I don't know, the 3rd grade, I guess.
Okay.
Nowadays, I guess it's even kindergarten, so very early, but the level they're expecting us, like expecting from us, it's like very high, you know, and all of a sudden you have to hold a presentation in English, or like a professional presentation,
Yeah.
or read some English articles or something like that. Or all of a sudden there's a supervisor who doesn't speak German, and you have to also understand the English terms, or have to explain it in English, which is not that easy.
I imagine this is a nightmare in the start, like, oh my god. what
You
am
were
I
just
doing?
giving your best, you're just trying.
Yeah, you're
But
just
of course it's
trying.
another pressure on you.
Yeah.
I think it's like that all over the world.
Yeah,
So
I think so.
you have to be
English.
young, you have to know that many languages.
You need
have
to know
have this
English, you need to
Yes.
go out, yeah.
Yes.
Here in Brazil we got a little bit of this expression, but here too, I mean, you need to know English. If you don't know English, you don't got a good job, you don't got a good university. English is required here too.
Required,
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you even have like job interviews and like, yeah, let's switch to English right now, and then all of a sudden they just
exactly.
switch the button, and then you have to speak in English. So it happens.
It's happening.
You have to know that.
Cherry, we are going to the end of this interview. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you.
And you're welcome to say something if you want. It's alright.
Well, I really enjoyed this interview.
Yeah.
I wouldn't imagine that it would be so fun, actually, and I felt comfortable. In the beginning, you know, I told you that I was a little bit nervous. The way the time was so natural. So I want to thank you for that. Thank you for having me. Thank you for
You're so
interviewing me.
welcome.
It was really fun.
Yeah, I appreciated this. So you'll be welcome to participate of PET, another programs that we got in PET. I will say to you if you want to enjoy it. And thank you guys. Thank you so much. This is our Cherry. Thank you.
Thank you.